Hello, in this class of GSM, we will be discussing about GSM architecture. In the previous class, we had discussed about the evolution of GSM technology. Now, in this session of GSM, that means Global System for Mobile Communication, which is the very first voice technology under second generation. So, we will discuss how its architecture is evolved and what are the entities are there in this architecture. So as GSM architecture, the very first entity which requires is mobile station. Now next part, which as per the desired network architecture overview, we require a part, and that one is BSS part. Now this BSS part should be required to be attached with a part that is NSS, and all the BSS and NSS part has been managed by an entity or a unit, and that one is NMS, which is also known as OSS. So for GSM evolution or architecture evolution, we require four basic entities. The very first, mobile station, BSS, NSS and NMS or OSS. Now BSS stands for, as MS is mobile station. This BSS part, this one is as base station subsystem. BSS as base station subsystem, NSS as network station subsystem, this one as network station subsystem. NMS stands for network management system, and OSS is operation station subsystem. So a full complete or a complete GSM architecture require these four basic entities. As we require mobility at the user end. So mobile station, that means this mobile station is a mobile and we can move at a certain distance apart, which is a main aim of wireless technology. So this mobile station or a handset will be first part which is required in GSM. Now this mobile station can communicate with the radio part. So in the radio part, we have a controller, and that part of a radio network that is known as base station subsystem. Now base station subsystem also comprises of entities. We will discuss later. Now after that, the core network, that means the manager of the network, will be NSS part, and if there are any faults or configuration related problems, we require to contact NMS or OSS part. That means like this, we require to organize our network with number of entities so that my voice communication will be possible. Now what are the entities in different parts of the GSM architecture? So very first, mobile station. This one is a part, and so it is BSS part. So BSS comprises of BTS. Now BTS is controlled by entity which is BSC. So these are the entities which are there in my BSS part. That means base station subsystem part. I have BTS and BSC attached. Now this BTS is base trans receiver station, and this BSC as base station controller. So BTS and BSCs are the unit which are there in my BSS part. Now we require another one, that means, and this one is my NSS part, where NSS is network station subsystem. So in network station subsystem I have a unit, and that unit is MSC. That means all BSCs are controlled by mobile switching center, which is MSC. Now MSC has number of databases attached to it. MSC has a part which is known as SMSC. Now databases as HLR. Then we have VLR, EIR, AUC, we have IN. Other than this, we have further connectivity with PSTN, and MSC is attached to GMSC also. So this coming to the full form, that what is MSC? So this is mobile switching center. MSC stands for mobile switching center. Now comes HLR. So this HLR is home location register. VLR is visitor location register. EIR stands for equipment identity register. AUC as authentication center. So AUC as authentication center. IN stands for intelligent network. After that we have GMSC, where GMSC is gateway MSC, and SMSC. So SMSC is short message service center. So if I focus on the complete NSS part, it comprises of a unit, and main unit is mobile switching center. Now with this mobile switching center, I have number of registers and the databases attached. A register is a component that can store value in it. So combination of register that forms my database. So I have home location register, visitor location register. That means these are the databases, those who are storing values in them. Equipment identity register, authentication center, intelligent network, and gateway MSS. So these are the units which are there in NSS part. Now we are left with NMS part, that what are the units there in NMS or OSS part. So if this is my unit, which is my NSS, I also call it as OSS or OMC, where OMC is Operation and Maintenance Center. Now this Operation and Maintenance Center is divided into two parts, which are OMCR, that means Operation and Maintenance Center for Radio, and OMCS, Operation and Maintenance Center for Switch. Now those who are managing the radio part will be my OMCR, and NSS part is managed by OMCS. And full this department or this part is known as Operation and Maintenance Center, which is used for network management or operation station subsystem units. So this is the complete. Okay, we have PSTN also, where PSTN is public switched telephone, public switched telephone network. So this is my PSTN. So this is the complete GSM architecture. Now with the help of these entities, we will be able to communicate with users at a distance apart. Now let's discuss the function of each and every unit in this architecture. So I will rub the various full forms. So now mobile station, that means my cell phone is attached to, I require to attach it with BSS part. So interface, that means how my mobile station is connected to the BTS. So this part, the connection between MS and the BTS will be air interface. Now with the help of this air interface, which is also known as UU interface, that means user to user interface, UU interface, we are connected to BTS. Now, obviously with the help of antennas that are receiving my signals and passing those signals to the BTS. So here comes the base transceiver station. Now its name is base transceiver station. That means a unit that can transmit as well as receive will be my transceiver. Now it is managing or it is controlling all the calls from the mobile station to the BTS, and BTS is forwarding these calls or units or messages to BSC. Here BSC is base station controller. That means BSC is the controller who is managing all the BTS in a particular area. So we have a separate controller to control all the BTS in the unit. Mobile station signals are received by BTS. Now BTS signals or all BTS in a particular area is managed by BSC, base station controller. Now all the signals from number of BSCs will be forwarded to MSC. Now this MSC is mobile switching center. Switching, that means to connect a call from one end to another end, and switching part is being managed by MSC or mobile switching center unit. Okay, this is my MSC. Now this is the heart of the network. All the switching functionalities, all the authentication, all the verification as well as security purposes will be there in the mobile switching part only. So that means this is a secret and a confidential part in which I have a MSC who is used for locating a persons. So this MSC has a number of registers attached. Like first register is HLR. So HLR has home location register. Home location register has a functionality that it stores the permanent location of the users. So a home location, that means here we have permanent database. Permanent means like whenever we go for to purchase a SIM, I require a address proof, and according to my location they allocate me a particular cell. So cell allocated to me will be my home. My house number will not be my home. The cell allocated to me will be my home, and I will be registered in the network that this user equipment with this contact number will be in this location or this cell. So this form my permanent location, and in SIM activation it is storing the location in the HLR database. As we have number also defined according to the HLR, that under HLR1 we have these numbers, so allocate it. So that means permanent location or permanent databases will be my HLR, home location register, and that's why its name is home location. Register value, it can store a value. Then we have next, that means visitor location register. Now, visitor location register deals with changing locations. Like I have a handover, I usually move from one end to another, from another to another, and so on up to. So that means I keep on changing my locations. So changing locations will be saved in VLR or visitor location register. That's why it's named it as visitor location, because our locations keep on changing and this register will keep on saving those locations. After that, we have EIR, where EIR as Equipment Identity Register. Now, in EIR database, we have defined three types of list. In EIR, we have defined whitelist users, grey list, and blacklist. Whitelist users are the normal users, those who are communicating. Grey list users are the service denied users. Like I have blocked the incoming or I have blocked the outgoing. So services denied users will be in grey list, and in blacklist I have a total number of blocked users. That means these particular numbers are blocked by the network. So where we can block the numbers, where we can allow the numbers. So EIR checks my list whether I am available in a white list, grey list, or black list, and accordingly I will pass through EIR. After that, we have an authentication center. Authentication means verification. Now, in my SIM, that means my mobile station, I have a subscriber identity module. Now, in this subscriber identity module or the SIM, I have a key stored. And the same key that is stored in the same key is stored in the authentication center database. Now, when this SIM wants to communicate with the network, the authentication center matches the SIM or matches the key from the SIM. If the key matches, that means user is authenticated, and if key does not match, that means user is not authenticated. So this is basically for authentication of the mobile station or the user equipment or users, that I am matching keys in my database. If key found, then only user can call. Next one, database as IN, where IN as intelligent network. So intelligent network is there in the GSM architecture, which is there for billing section. That means all the bills are generated in the intelligent network part according to their plans. Of the prepaid connections, for postpaid bills are generated by MSC, but prepaid connections bills are generated by intelligent network. All the value added services, all the prepaid calls will be recorded in this. Now we have gateway MSC. Now gateway MSC, we have number of MSCs in India, let it be 23. So gateway MSC is used whenever we require to connect number of MSCs together. For example, in case of international calling, we require to pass through gateway MSC, and that gateway MSC of India will contact with gateway MSC of Australia, and then only we can communicate. So that means all the MSCs are connected to the gateway, so that we can have international calling also possible. Now, after this we have SMSC, where SMSC stands for Short Message Service Center. My phone has Short Message Service Center number defined. That means the address of this particular SMSC. Now this works on store and forward, as it basically deals with short messages. That means my SMSs. So store and forward. Every message will be stored first in its databases, then it is forward, and after that it will give me a delivery report of the SMS. So that means this is a functionality of Short Message Service Center. If I am calling, I require to pass through this, and if I am doing SMSs, then I require to pass through Short Message Service Center number. Now, these are the main databases in NSS part. Now move to the NMS part, which is Operation and Maintenance Center. Now Operation and Maintenance Center has a functionality of alarm monitoring, configuration management, performance management. That means it requires to find out all the alarms in the network, to find out configurations and check the performances of the sites. So we have divided this unit into two: OMCR, Operation and Maintenance Center for Radio, and OMCS, Operation and Maintenance Center for Switch. I have a radio part, so it will manage all the alarms related to this unit, which manages my radio part, OMC. R, that means my BTS part, and all the switching part, that means MSC and BSC, will be controlled by OMCS, Operation and Maintenance Center for Switch. Now, why we have shown connectivity with the PSTN network, like MSC connectivity with the PSTN? Because PSTN is public switch telephone network, or I can say that these are my landlines connectivity. So we require to communicate with landline phone also. From mobile station, we require to possible call from mobile station to landlines and call from landlines to mobile station. So we require to connect my MSC with the PSTN network or the landline connectivity or landline network. That's why we have connected my MSC with the PSTN network, so that call will be possible. Now, if this mobile station wants to contact this mobile station, then also it's required to pass through MSC, because all database or all information is there in MSC part. So this is a brief introduction of GSM architecture. We will continue in our next class. Thank you so much.